Hello and welcome to Gemma's Window. If you have followed the calculations, the new calculations in the box below for 2021 and determined that you are a power year number 1, then you are at the right place. Hey ones, if you are a 1 this year, it means you were a power year number 9 for 2020. Now let's review what the power year number 1 means, and of course what your month is for January, which is number 2. If you're a power year number 1, you're at the beginning of your journey, your next 10-year journey, and so you might be having new ideas, or you may have literally physically started something new, or a new belief system, or a new way of life, or a new job, or it's going to plop into your head this year at some point about new ideas, new ventures that could be beneficial for you to begin. It's like planting seeds in year number 1. For the month of 2 for you ones, it's about peacemaking, working with others, being a team, finding that solid love relationship, or perhaps breaking off that solid love relationship. It can be about getting pregnant or increasing your family. There might be some surprises in store for you in this month of January. And well, you know what? Let's begin. Let's do our reading. We're going to start with business, then we're going to move to love, and then we're going to move to any question that you have ones, and we're going to look for the best possible outcome for you. So let's begin with our first deck of cards, and let's start shuffling ones. And we're going to apply, always apply your numbers to the cards that I choose. So I'm going to get impressions off of the cards. You know, what suit is it? What number is it? What's the meaning of the card? And what is my clairvoyant impression that's meant to get across to at least some of you for this monthly reading of January. Okay, so let's take a look at those of you who are working, what's the best that we can expect? And those of you looking for a job, what's the best that we can expect if you're a power year number 1? Now, as I pull these cards, I do want to remind you that all words are for you in this reading. So if for some reason your reading for business comes up under love, and you know it, because you're like, oh, that just sounds exactly like work, then that reading is for you. Okie dokie. So let's take a look at, for our ones, first of all, it looks to me you've got some wind at your heels here, trying to push you, or wind at your back, trying to push you into making the right choice or meeting the right person that leads you to the right job, because it looks as though you have a big decision coming your way in matters of work. And it looks as though for some of you, you might say anything is better than where I am now because I just feel so crummy about myself. If you feel good about yourself where you are now, then perhaps this push to a different place isn't for you. Perhaps an offer will come in somewhere where you really are stumped and you're saying, well, you know, if it ain't broken, maybe I shouldn't fix it. My job right now is fine. The money is okay. This offer or opportunity that's kind of fallen at my feet is kind of a lateral move, or it's not much more for me, and I like where I am. And so for you ones, this isn't perhaps the time for you to move, but for some of you, this, you know, 2s can be like kind of like this windfall of money, this surprise coming your way. So for some of you, at the you know, last second kind of thing, you could be given this opportunity for change. So for some of you, it's going to be the right thing to do, and for some of you, it's going to be meaningful to say, no, I'm going to stay right where I am. That's very interesting. Ones, so there will be some kind of an opportunity, whether it be within where you're working or from someone else that is kind of predestined to happen to put you on your way for 2021 or your next achievement kind of thing. Now, for those of you who are looking for work, it looks to me, the action card here for you ones is that there's good news or change coming your way, and it's in the here and now. It's in this month of January, or very, very soon in your life. And don't turn it away too quickly due to past experiences, or maybe it's someone from the past, or a type of job you've had in the past that really didn't work out for you, because your reading is saying you don't have all the details. And you're misperceiving what is being offered to you, or what type of opportunity is there for you to go for. That's going to be very, very good for you. Now, this opportunity can also involve some kind of travel or some kind of relocation or movement for you ones. So you're in this month of 2, and that's about teamwork and getting along. So whatever that means to you, whether it's, maybe you talk to one person from the company that turns you off. And little do you know that if you call back, you'll get somebody else next time who is more clear, more on your wavelength, makes you understand more that this is a positive thing for you and that it would be good for you. I'm leaving it at that one because when I look at the cards and I think about speaking more, it's like, no, I'm going to be actually just repeating the same thing. So I'm going to leave it at that for you. Okay, ones, we're moving on to romance, and let's take a look for those of you in a relationship, and then we'll take a look for those of you looking for a relationship. And we'll see in the midst of that, are there any reconciliations for those of you who might be waiting for that? Let's see what our cards have to say for the majority of our ones listening to this today. Okay. Alrighty. And then we have... Okay. For our people looking, our number ones looking for romance. Okay, one, so if you are in a relationship, this is basically for you, and that is, you are getting mixed signals. Now, it looks to me as though you've put it out there that you either want to date exclusively, you want to move in together, you want to see someone more, you want to get engaged, whatever. It's whatever the situation is, that maybe you want to move or relocate. You have made a statement about something that you would like, and you're getting all kinds of mixed signals. That's what I have. I have my Knight of Swords card, and I call that my Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde card. And it's a knight is a situation coming in or going out of your life. So you also have another knight in your reading. So you may be having a lot of ups and downs and all arounds with, is it ever going to work out with this person? Are we ever going to be on the same page kind of thing? And yes, as a matter of fact, you are, because you have, following all of this, your outcome card is the having it all card. So it's that. Yes, you've got the family. Yes, you've got the money. Yes, you've got the home or the location that you want. So it is definitely worth your pursuing whatever it is you wanted and letting that person have their time or have their space, because it is going to come around that it was a good suggestion and it is in your best interest as a couple to move forward. So very, very nice. So even though it doesn't look so great, you're in this month of 2, and it's about working with others. So if that's having patience, or if that's revisiting the idea and discussing it constantly, then that is what you'll have to do. I there was something else that popped into my head once. Oh yes, one other thing once. In this year, you might find that you need to stand apart from the crowd and you need to express your points of view that may not be popular, and it may have gone over like a lead balloon in your relationship or with your family, with those around you. And that's your job this year. That's your job. You're a little bit of an irritant, but it's your point of view needs to be expressed and acknowledged. So you are doing the right thing by doing that this year once. Once, those of you looking for work, I don't know, it looks like something just went downhill for you. It looks like you had a good thing or a good connection or you had some good advice. Something went kaplooky that gave the wrong impression perhaps of you to someone else, and boom, like you lost the opportunity. So the key here once is something went wrong with someone else. You're in this month of 2, so it means that there's more than you involved perhaps to get to the outcome that you want. Indeed there is. You have to have the person that's going to hire you, and maybe you had to do 6 interviews and go through 6 different people or 6 different groups of people to get this job. It's a big, I know, and the bigger the job, the more the interviews, and it takes so long to get through every person, but somebody somewhere along the line got the wrong impression or made some kind of judgment call on you, and that's why this opportunity collapsed or may collapse in the month of January. So wherever this applies to you, wait a minute. We are talking about love. We are not talking about business. So let's take this same point of view and let's backtrack. And let's think about, we're talking about love here. Now those words that I just said for you ones, if it applies to you, take it and run. The reading is for you. The cards are for you. The subject matter is different. I read the wrong subject matter. This is more about romance, but for whatever reason, you were meant to hear what I just said. Let's backtrack. For our ones who are looking for romance, I'm going to reverse it a little bit, because now it appears that you are being a little judgy. That you, there's this issue of judgment in this month of January. And some of you, yes, you may have been, I don't know, kicked off of a site because maybe somebody judged that you were off kilter, or maybe you felt some judgment. But I'm also feeling from my Emperor card that you have passed some judgment and you have left someone feeling abandoned. And I don't think that you have all the details. I think you need more details, and I think whoever judged you, if that's applicable, needs more details about you to get back on track, because it just looks like something was going, and then all of a sudden, boom, gone. Just fell off the, what's the word? I don't know. Just fell out of sight and just went to mush, kind of thing. So someone's gotten the wrong impression of you, or you have gotten the wrong impression of someone or a situation, and the whole mission was aborted. So you may have to work with this person during this month of 2, or with this situation, to try to resurrect it, because across the board there are wrong impressions in the subject of love if you are a power year number 1. Very interesting that it's basically a similar reading, similar cards for both situations if you're a 1. Ones, let's ask any question at all that you have in mind, and that can be again about love, it can be again about job, and it can be any question at all that you want that is not necessarily a yes or no answer. Most readers don't really do a yes or no. I have to look at the energy around something, and there's a lot of ands, ifs, or buts with any question that you have. I wish it was easy to do a yes or no, but I don't feel like it's complete if I do that. So let's take a look at any question at all that you have. The more specific you are, the more specific we can tweak the answer to be. Okay. Good. Here we go. Okay. Again, it's with this judgment. Oh my gosh. Now this is a different deck, and you've got another Wheel of Fortune card. So you have, and 2 can be a lucky number. So you have a lucky number going, you have luck going through your reading. You keep getting this Wheel of Fortune card, and it means that there are people, this could be deceased on the other side, your guides, the universe, all trying to create events to happen, to fall in your path so that you continue getting pushed towards what you're meant to do. And I've got to tell you again, the outcome is again that to get to the light on the other side, you have to go through this dark tunnel or this dark impasse or this dark place where maybe you're uncomfortable for a while, or you have to face the facts of something that you're not doing that's in your best interest or in somebody else's best interest. It looks to me like ones across the board, you have to start listening to what others are saying or other pieces of advice that you're getting that you keep perhaps fighting. And it could be, good advice like, no, I think that, that person's interested in you. I honestly think they think you're not interested in them. If enough people are saying that to you, or someone who's usually very level-headed is saying that to you, you've got to straighten things out, and you have got to explain or prove what you really want, who you really are, what you really meant. Ones, I'm saying there is some kind of misunderstanding, and maybe it's not even with you. Maybe it's with your boss, and you know what they meant about something, but people are misunderstanding, and it's just not going well for them. Okay, ones, you have a very similar message going through the reading, so I don't want to shake it up or confuse it. I thank you so much for joining Jemma's Window. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you'd like to know more about me or have a private reading, please jump onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com. Thank you, ones, and bye for now. Happy New Year!